The Shiba Inu team has unleashed a bombshell, and nobody is prepared for its implications. However, the overall numbers are growing. Technology, BlackRock, and Saudi Arabia make headlines. In the center of it all is a Shiba Inu. The development team is scolding us, the bold forecast of a price. A price point that has the potential to completely reverse the market's trajectory. Would you say this is it? Finally, the time has come. Allow me to clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. The cryptocurrency market continues to experience utter chaos. Prices have skyrocketed, everything is green on the charts. Plus, it seems like nobody is applying the brakes. A large number of individuals are now observing from the sidelines, anticipating a course adjustment, a reversal of some type. Considering the rate at which prices have been rising, and there's more. Bitcoin has once again surpassed the $110,000 barrier. However, the market is still moving at a rapid pace. It seems to be gaining momentum, if anything. Something monumental occurred with Shiba Inu smack in the midst of this mayhem. Shiba Inu has been patiently enduring the turbulence in the cryptocurrency market. Indeed, it seems to be displaying significant vigor as a global reset takes place. There was a significant increase in Shiba Inu trade activities not long ago. However, not in any old place. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the planet, and we're talking about it here. While the total volume of Shiba Inu trades fell by 3%, the situation on Binance is very different. Things are becoming hot on Binance in terms of trade. There has been a combined trading volume of almost $97 million in the two most active Shiba Inu pairings on the marketplace. This amounts to the transfer of more than 6.2 billion Shiba Inu. Wildness ensues at that loudness level. It's proof positive that the coin has genuine support. As an added bonus, individuals aren't only holding. They are exchanging constantly. Also, this is rather significant. In a market where meme currencies and hype tokens abound, Shiba Inu is now dominating its competitors. The fact that it is doing this on Binance, a platform of its magnitude, adds to its impressiveness. Shiba Inu place a premium on this kind of engagement and focus. Community and memes aren't the only things that matter nowadays. It's all about establishing Shiba Inu's rightful place in the major leagues. An increase in the token's visibility, liquidity, and future growth prospects is directly proportional to its trading volume. It's a clear indication that Shiba Inu isn't leaving anytime soon. Actually, it may be in the early stages. In any case, why the fuss? How has this happened? Well, there is more going on under the surface than what meets the eye, such as trade volumes and price charts. President Trump's recent trip to Saudi Arabia is at the focus of several current news headlines. Even the Shiba Inu Research and Development Group is keenly watching. An important member of the Shiba Inu team, Lucy, recently spoke up with some ideas that had people thinking. The current situation between the United States and Saudi Arabia, she essentially declared, is historic, not just political. The fact that we're seeing enormous capital was her main argument. Consider how major corporations like BlackRock are beginning to form partnerships with innovative, AI-driven, future-oriented technology. This is not a minor maneuver. Things like these will determine the course of the next decade. It was obvious from her. Before it happens, most people won't realize how monumental this is. It becomes clear when you see the rapid construction and adoption of new technology in nations like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Europe, she said, is lagging behind and has to prioritize economic growth if it wants to avoid falling behind. We can make a connection now. What is the significance of this for cryptocurrency? What is the significance for Shiba Inu dogs? Listen up, folks. Crypto is expanding beyond monetary assets. More and more, it's factoring into international plans. When governments and multinational organizations begin to invest heavily in technology, new ideas, and digital infrastructure, blockchain will inevitably be one of those areas. Crypto is a part of it. This is tremendous for the dynamic Shiba Inu project, which has its own blockchain ecosystem and practical applications. Crypto ventures linked to this goal may do well if influential areas like Saudi Arabia see riches and innovation as a way forward. The Shiba Inu group is probably keeping an eye on it for that same reason. All markets are being monitored. They are seeing the construction site of the future. We must not overlook the recent collaboration between the UAE and Shiba Inu. It seems to be more than simply hype now. It appears to be strategy. However, as Lucy pointed out, the majority of people will not really comprehend the magnitude of this until it has already transpired. The remainder of the globe is now going wild as a result of it. Classic crypto FOMO is making waves. Everybody is scrambling to decipher the omens, foretell the future, and find out the endgame before it's too late. Wild price projections, as one would expect, resume when such energy enters the area. The rumors of Shiba Inu prices reaching $1.01 or 10 cents have returned in full force. On this occasion, however, a single number keeps cropping up, less than 1%. That's the forecast that has everyone talking. Indeed, many doubters continue to roll their eyes. Such forecasts have been made before. Now we can see the difference. This prognosis now makes sense in light of recent events in Saudi Arabia and Bitcoin's breakout over the 100,000 mark. Hope alone isn't enough anymore. A genuine discussion is taking shape. Then how does that reasoning work? For what reasons is the general public now beginning to think that this pricing may be feasible? Bitcoin recently accomplished something monumental by once again surpassing the 110,000 milestone. The result was a staggering $2 trillion increase in its market value. Plus, it alters the whole situation. This is one of the main criticisms leveled against Shiba Inu's penny dream by those who are skeptical. At that point, Shiba Inu's market valuation would surpass Bitcoin's, and obviously it can't happen. When Bitcoin's market value was lower, that could have made more sense. But at this very moment, wait a minute. Here we will dissect it. Shiba Inu is now worth little less than $9 billion. However, Bitcoin is doing really well, with a value of $2 trillion and going up. The question then becomes, what would transpire if Shiba Inu reached that mystical number, 31 cents? If the current quantity of Shiba Inu reached that level, their value would be around $589 billion. It's a huge leap, 70 times higher than its current elevation. However, the secret is in this place. The market capitalization of Bitcoin would still be far more than Shiba Inu even after that enormous jump. Absolutely not. Actually, Bitcoin's size would still be almost 3 times larger. Then what is the lesson here? The price of a tenth of a penny is not as outrageous as it formerly seemed. Although it is not investment advice, Shiba Inu might get to that level of popularity and remain comfortably behind Bitcoin. It might achieve this goal even if it never becomes the leading cryptocurrency. There is, of course, a catch. Trading in cryptocurrency doesn't happen in a vacuum. Shiba Inu's meteoric rise suggests Bitcoin won't be sitting idly by if it continues. It's probable that it will also increase, but at a slower rate. This may indicate that the disparity between the two continues to widen or even widens. Things become tough, however, when objectives of half a cent or a whole cent are tossed about. If the Shiba Inu were to be pegged at half a penny, its value would exceed $3 trillion. With only 1 penny, we're talking about more than $6 trillion. If Bitcoin were to reach such values, Shiba Inu would be larger than it is now. Things begin to seem unrealistic at that point. Given the present state of the market and supply, that is. These very high Shiba Inu price projections start to seem unrealistic unless Bitcoin also experiences another huge increase, maybe trebling in value. Rest assured, however, this is the final verdict. Reaching the decimal point, that's become a reality. The numbers add up. That little figure suddenly doesn't seem so far away in a market that is always changing, with huge developments occurring all across the globe. However, it's not all about figures and market capitalization to reach that target of a tenth of a penny. The project's backers are also important. Lucy sent a powerful message to the community that made it very obvious. Her direct appeal to Shiba Inu owners was this: we need honest Shiba Inu holders to be louder. I really hope more of them start posting. Every one of the exchanges adds up to 1.5 million holders. Speak up, please. To be honest, I agree with her. As time went on and interest waned in the Shiba Inu breed, many of its members lost their zeal. The community that catapulted Shiba Inu to fame and caused it to become viral has now disappeared. However, the movement's foundation was laid by that enthusiasm, the memes, the tweets, and the support from the grassroots. More than ever before, the moment has come to revive it. Lucy wasn't finished yet. Additionally, she made another statement that connects all of our previous discussions. Less tokens, more actual decentralized applications, and more prospects for holders will be the result of a union of excellent, honest developers, she said. And it's strong. What this implies is that Shiba Inu isn't aiming to be like any other meme token out there. For its adherents, it seeks practical application, tangible progress, and tangible benefit. When you put it in context with the current world events, such as the massive influx of capital into tech and cryptocurrency and the innovation boom in Saudi Arabia, it all becomes clear. Raising your voice on social media isn't the only thing. It's about supporting a project that's making progress toward a goal. Not as many pointless tokens. Greater access to practical crypto-altering software, services, and infrastructure. That's the way Shiba Inu levels up. Not only via hoopla, but by action, solidarity, and true development. Have you thought about this? Leave a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.